from Hawick. It's the Borders Festival of Rugby incorporating round 2 of the Kings of the Sevens. Last week at Peebles, guest sides Hearts and Balls took the title, but it was runners-up Selkirk who lead the way. Unfortunately, due to a positive COVID test, Selkirk have had to withdraw from today's tournament. With news from the early action in the pool stages, here's Stuart Cameron.
Yes, it was disappointing not to have Selkirk at the Hawick tournament, and because of that, Kelso and Edinburgh Accies played one tie in their pool, with the winner going through to the semi-final in a straight shootout. And it was Kelso who triumphed with a win in Pool C. That meant they'd take on Jedforest, who comfortably won Pool D with wins over Berwick and Watsonians. In the other two pools, Melrose came from behind to beat Gala in the opening tie of the day, with both Borders sides triumphing over Boroughmuir, while in the other pool, Hawick progressed with victories over Musselburgh and Peebles.
And so we come to the semi-final stage with Melrose against Hawick and Jed against Kelso. Here are the highlights of the both semi-finals now from our commentary team, Graham Hogg, Kelly Mitchell and Dale Clancy.
Big ball out there to Logan Gordon-Woolley, and he's just trying to go across the field. Finds a runner there in Stuart Graham, who's again always a willing runner in 15s and having to work hard in 7s as well. Now Sean Fairbairn just dancing, just trying to shuffle, see his options, fronts up to Bruce Colvin, now over to Ronan McKean. Ronan McKean steps inside Colvin, he misses the tackle, great offload to Sean Fairbairn just inside, and Hawick replies straight away.
That's an excellent try from Hawick there. As you just mentioned, in terms of what they've done all day in keeping the ball, they went from left to right a couple of times there, picked off some defenders. Big Ronan McKean, obviously he's a big abrasive runner, took on his defender well, got the offload, and great follow-up by Sean Fairbairn to score the try.
We've got Struan Hutchison now David Colvin, he's going to just run across the pitch looking for that cut with Kieran Clark. Kieran Clark again just putting the afterburners on, trying to go round his man, steps up the sweeper again and evades the tap tackle there from Sean Fairbairn, and he looks a little bit injured in the process as well. A little melee there. Great work back from Ronan McKean, who wins the penalty deep in the 22 when danger was there, and it looked like it was going to be a certain score from Melrose. All of a sudden it's a penalty to Hawick. Finds Kieran Clark in field. Now David Colvin, his brother Bruce Colvin now just trying to front up. Great experience from him. Aidan Cross now just going back inside. Big fend, he's got a runner back inside, and Donald Crawford gathers the ball, and he's going to go over and stretch the lead here for Melrose if he gets the ball dotted down. He's got a little bit of company from Kyle Brunton, but it's going to be Melrose to score 12-5. That's Elliot Stanger looking to try and make a little bit of inroads in this defence, but Morgan Tate just steps back inside his man. He's got the sweeper there. Bruce Colvin tries a sweeping tackle there, but it's not able to collect it. Great offload off the deck as well, and it's Callum Rennick here, and is he going to be able to outstretch his man? Yes, he does. He evades the tackle, and he's over the try line for a score, and it's a great time to score, and a great option there for Hawick to go with the tap penalty instead of kicking it dead. And it's going to be a penalty there to Melrose, and it just shows you these little mistakes that creep into the game can turn the tide. But it's a good quick penalty there, and that is Aidan Cross just tapping the ball, seeing the gap there, and it looks like he's going to run coast to coast, go the length, and put a little bit of daylight in between these two teams, and he does get the ball down. He's got a little bit of company back there, but it wasn't enough, and that is a lung busting effort just after the half-time whistle, and it gives you that awkward score now. It's now 19 points to 10 to Melrose. And it's going to be David Colvin going straight away. Struan Hutchison finds a little gap. He's got Bruce Colvin in support. Has he got the legs to go all the way? Morgan Tate all the way back. Desperate defence. Offload off the deck. Bruce Colvin, a little bit of footwork there. Evades the defender. Over for a score. And you would imagine that's Melrose into the final. Pretty much got to the same position as they did before, spilled the ball back over on the far side, and it is Aidan Brambick who's got the ball looking for the cut there. Good cut back inside to Gregor Young. Gregor Young does find the gap, steps up the sweeper underneath the posts, and patient build up from Jed there, but they get the first score in this semi-final.
Excellent first try from Jed there. As you mentioned, they've just looked after the ball all day. A big thing for Jed has actually been the ruck time, in terms of just looking after the ball in there. There's very few times where they haven't came out with the ball, being able to then obviously gain momentum in attack from that. Again, just getting to the edge, manipulating the defender, and a bit of footwork and going round the sweeper there for an excellent try between the sticks. Kelso looking actually really, really dangerous in terms of with only the 6 players and obviously only playing the one game. They've got a bit of energy about them, but just that extra little bit structure from Jed there stopped them, and it looks like they've got the rewards from it.
Yeah, it's going to be a score there for Lewis Young. Again, you would usually expect there the ball to be whipped out wide, but it was good work and good heads up rugby there from Lewis Young, who just noticed when the ball came out, the defence was just looking to shift and went in for that score. And it is going to be Andrew Thompson over on the far side, just skins his man back in field. He's got a little bit of company there from the Jed defender, who does well to wrap up the ball. It's a little bit of a bundle now, but as the players lose a little bit of footing, the referee's going to give a penalty to Jed, but great defensive work there from Jed to get back. Over to the far side, Matt Kindness back inside there, good sevens play there, good sevens work, and it's Charlie Wahari who gets the score for Kelso. Rory Marshall over on this far side gets the ball over to Mason Cullen. Mason Cullen just steps back inside, and we've seen his brother Rhys Cullen do similar stuff for Watsonians years gone by, but certainly his younger brother has got just as much gas about him and steps back inside the defender, a quick pair of heels, and then goes in between the posts for a score. And Don Buckley's in no rush to take this conversion, but just as simple as that. First phase ball off the scrum, and Kelso look like they're almost running an empty. They need to score soon. We've got about a minute left in this game. They really need to score now if they're going to take this to a thrilling finale. But it is Cessford now just taking the ball over the 10 metre line, tries to offload it, comes back on the Jed side. Marshall again just sweeping up, getting the ball there, and it is now going to be Lewis Young just doing what he does best, finds a gap, uses a little bit of sleight of foot, and then goes underneath the post for another score. And it's something that we've become accustomed to with the Youngs.
We started out with 12 teams and we're down to the final 2, Jed versus Melrose. The last time the Hawick Sevens were played back in 2019, it was Jedforest who lifted the trophy, and they're preparing to try and do it again. Let's find out how they'll get on as we go upstairs to the commentary box.
Yes, and the final is now underway. It's Struan Hutchison going to get us underway here as he lofts a high ball deep into the Jed half, but is marshalled well there by Dom Buckley, and the ball's now over to the far side, so Jed can try and have a little go here on Kieran Clark and try and see if he's got the beating of his opposite man, but he's not. He's dragged down just on the cusp of his 22, and Marshall gets the ball away well from the base as the ball spills over back to this far side now as Jed are on the attack. A good pop out of contact there, and the ball finds Gregor Young, and he takes ball into Donald Crawford. He's just trying to wrestle his man to the ground, can't dislodge the ball, and Jed again retaining the ball really well and going back over to the far side to have a little go. Rory Marshall now getting the ball through his hands, and I think that is perhaps Bambrick over on that far side who's looking to try and make his way out. It is now Bambrick on the ball, and he is now found in field, and he has got support there from Lewis Elder, and he finds Young just offering up that support line back inside. That's Gregor Young who just manages to try and dislodge this Melrose defence, but again, similar to the rest of the tournament, this Melrose defence has been really strong, but Marshall manages to break through, gets the offload there, and he's just clipped as he goes through. That was Lewis Young, just almost got through and under the sticks there, but he just got thwarted at the last moment there, and Jed now going for the quick penalty. Don Buckley now just looking to try and take the ball forward, be a little bit more abrasive than the rest of his teammates as Bambrick just gets the ball out of his hands, and that's well wrapped up there from Kieran Clark, who really sprinted out of the line to wrap up Marshall. But Jed again doing really well to retain the ball over to this far side now, and again this is found some Jed hands as they look to try and dance about. It's Kieran Hayes who's doing a little bit of footwork over on that far side now, offering up some support, and again Gregor Young there working hard to get the ball away from the base, offer himself up in support as well off of Buckley, and again just getting caught perhaps in a little bit of no man's land there and running up a channel, and Jed knocked the ball on, and it's a scrum down to Melrose.
Great work again defensively there from Melrose. We've seen the Jed attacking probably on the Melrose 22, and then that turnover's probably happened just in front of the halfway line. So obviously defensively Jed kept the ball really well, obviously without going anywhere massively, and then Melrose able to get the turnover.
I feel these two teams might cancel each other out in defence because they've both been really impressive throughout the day, both really well structured as the ball is rolled into the scrum there. Now comes back, Struan Hutchison finds David Colvin in midfield, he finds Kieran Clark, he's certainly got a bit of pace, he's going to have a little go and have a little stab, but just gets dragged down by the two players there, Kieran Hayes and Marshall just dragging down Clark. Now Bruce Colvin, the ever experienced player there, he just finds the ball wider, and that's a very Rolly Brett just putting in a bit of a an orthodox pass, if you will, and that's another mistake, and we're going to have a scrum back to where we originally were, but it's going to be a Jed put in this time.
I think cancelling them out is the big thing that you've just mentioned there, Dale, that it's basically nobody's really looking to take the game by the scruff of the neck yet. They're just still feeling each other out. As we mentioned, Kieran Clark has been really good in the one-on-one situation so far, but even him didn't manage to get on the edge there.
Yeah, and Rory Marshall just offering himself for a little cut there. Good play from Jed, just straight off the training field there, as Lewis Young just found himself being dragged down to ground, managed to keep the ball alive. Now Lewis Young offering himself up, taking the ball into contact. You can imagine there will be a few familiar faces in there, if you will, between the Colvins and the Youngs perhaps. Certainly going to be a really good effort, but it's a good footwork there, a good evasive tackle. Kieran Hayes just manages to get himself loose, offer the ball up, good offload off the deck. Lewis Young finds Rory Marshall, and that man you were mentioning, Rory Marshall, goes in and over in the corner. First score to get Jed, and the other man, Kieran Clark, just couldn't keep the man from scoring the try in the corner.
Yeah, great support there by Rory Marshall to get there on the edge. Somebody I've been really impressed with as the games have went on is Kieran Hayes. He's one who's starting to stand out. He's not scared to have a go. He's got some length of stride on the boy, and he's not scared to take boys on one by one. And obviously got the offload there. Rory Marshall, who's been in support the whole day, managed to get on the end of that pass and get over for the first score.
Don Buckley tries to find his kicking boots, and he does on that occasion. That looks right on the money, and Young just getting up there, but Gav Wood manages to get a big mitt to the ball and just scrap it back to his own side, and it's really important to get the ball back. And Sevens off the restart, and now it is Crawford just trying to stand up his man, go infield, and he offers himself a good fend there from Crawford, and he's got a little bit of gas. He's certainly he takes people by surprise with how much pace he's got, but Bruce Colvin just keeping the ball alive. Struan Hutchison now finds Gav Wood. Gav Wood's got excellent footwork and just works his way out, 1-2 tackles, works in field. He's got Marshall there, he tries to thwart him off as well, but just dragged down to the ground there. Gav Wood, really good play from him as Melrose try and strike back quite quickly, and it is now Bruce Colvin on the ball again. He's got support runners there, but just finds a little gap, tries to cut it back and say that's a lovely pass. Crawford back inside again, and it is the other man that you mentioned, Kieran Clark's going to go under the sticks, and it's a reply score here from Melrose.
Big credit there for Melrose is due to Gavin Wood. Now you mentioned just on the kick-off there, an excellent kick-off by Don Buckley, but Gavin Wood just getting in front of Gregor Young to be able to palm the ball back. Now if Jed got the ball there, that's getting another opportunity to attack. First time really Melrose having their hands on the ball through Bruce Colvin, just a little half gap, an excellent offload, and Kieran Clark in for another try for him today. Yeah,
excellent way, and the conversion looks like it's successful there, so Melrose just edge in front here in the final. And it's a high ball into the air. You can see the long shadows of the players as the sun is beating down on this Mansfield Park pitch, and it's well stolen there from Jed. Good play on the deck, but Melrose look to have it back somehow. Good work again, offside there from Jed. Don Buckley's trying to go quick. It's not his penalty, it's going to be Gav Wood. Gav Wood takes it up to the 22. He's got support there, and it's play there from Melrose, and it's now David Colvin, just good pass off the deck to his brother Bruce, and Don Buckley was almost in the correct position to steal that ball, but it's a knock on, and that's going to be half time, and I feel like I've not even paused for breath. The ball's been in play for most of the game, and it is a really tight game here, Graham.
What a first half of rugby for a final. That's the type of final that this day at Mansfield deserves. Both teams in the beginning edging each other out, but definitely going hammer and tongs now. We've seen Don Buckley working real hard there, real industrious, just trying to force anything out of a mistake with Melrose. Gavin Wood and Gregor Young, I feel like that is going to be a big contest this second half, both trying to cancel each other out. An excellent 7 minutes, and hope for more of the same second half.
In sevens, you're wanting flowing rugby. These two teams, as we've said, are very competitive, and they'll be both looking for the same thing, and the referee is certainly helping with that by playing some advantage when he can and only having to blow the whistle when he really has to.
Play is back underway, and Jed having to work defensively straight away, but the ball's just bounced off of the chest there, and it was Rolly Brett who it's bounced off, and it's down for a scrum. And Jed got a nice attacking platform here, and in sevens a scrum just more over to the far side there. You know, it's a good attacking platform to pounce from.
Excellent kick-off there again by Jed to give them this attacking platform. As you say, perfect left to right. Excellent for Rory Marshall to construct things and see what can go from here.
Yeah, certainly a bit of a playmaker here as the Jed attack there just gets wrapped up again. Kieran Hayes, he's been all over the place in this final, and I mean that in the nicest terms. He's worked really, really hard off the ball as Lewis Young is looking to try and make some inroads in the defence, but he's just bundled upside down by David Colvin. He gets a nice slap from his brother Bruce as well, and I think that's an appreciation more than anything else. Good defensive work there. I feel David is again another excellent player with real good work rate, good skill set as well, but it's going to be a scrum down here to Melrose. Ball put in there from Rolly Brett. He's at the base there, gets the ball to Struan Hutchison. Hutchison now finds Kieran Clark, who's looking to just try and find some room. The Melrose player's getting a little bit flabby. He's found a gap and he's gone round the outside. Has he got the gas on Gregor Young? He does. He looks like he's going to go in the corner. He's almost going to get caught, but down for a score, and Melrose get the first score in this second half, and now they stretch their lead 12 points to 5.
As I say, a strange decision there from Gregor Young in the middle. That strange decision was because of Melrose trying to attack them from a defensive position, obviously getting the turnover, and again that man Clark just win a one-on-one situation. He stepped inside off his left foot quite a lot today, and nobody's been managed to cut him in from the inside. Finds a little gap and then shows some wheels to get there in the corner.
And it's Brett finds Hutchison to the other Colvin. It's David now just looking to try and step his way through this defence, but he's caught there. Good defensive work by Mason Cullen, and Melrose retain the ball, get the ball over back on that far side. Now it's Crawford, and he's looking for some support and runners, can't get him, but gets his arm free, gets the ball offloaded there to Gav Wood, and he chucks it out the back door. Brett finds Hutchison's got men over here. He throws a good ball there to Clark's got to stretch to gather it. He tries to go it alone, he's caught in defence, manages to get the ball back, but that is an opportunity missed there for Melrose. The ball's still alive. Hutchison finds Brett back to Colvin looking to try and take the ball into contact, looking to try and get some sort of, that is a crunching hit there as well in midfield from, I think that's Mason Cullen. He is certainly working hard in defence to bring the boys down. Good play. Melrose on the cusp of scoring a try are now marched back about 40 yards back up the pitch, and they've got to go from deep. Brett now takes the ball into contact. It's Dom Buckley and Young, two players I probably wouldn't want to run into, but they've swept it up well. Ball comes back on their side. Kieran Clark now looking for options, can't really see too much as Melrose are just trying to play the patient game now. It's Donald Crawford now just got the ball going over the 22, steps back inside. There's the dislodging defence. Can he go round the sweeper there? He's not able to. He's just wrapped up again. Good work there from Nick Stingle in defence. But Melrose have got men up on the left hand side. They're able to go. If Bruce Colvin can get the ball through his hands, he gets the ball there. It's David. David finds Kieran Clark. Kieran Clark just stepping back in field, run out of room on this far side, and there was nothing that they could do about that good drift defence from Jed. But Jed are able to try and recycle. Struan Hutchins just steps back inside over the try line, over the whitewash there for another score, and Melrose stretched their lead 17 points to 5, but they were ready to work really, really hard for that.
What an outstanding passage of play by both teams there. I think Kieran Clark will be owing. I think it was Rolly Brett on the edge there who never gave the pass. I think he'll owe his team for that, because obviously after that Jed regrouped, they got their defensive line back in line, and then ended up taking Melrose back down to the 10 metre line. That Melrose regrouped, got back on the ascendancy, and then a great try from there. Someone who's massively impressed me in this final, Dale, is Gavin Wood, in terms of just the little things he's doing without being spectacular. He's won his balls in the air, he's got the ball through his hands, he's been abrasive when he's been attacking. He's certainly making a difference in this final. Just a minute to play. Jed have literally hardly had the ball in this second half. They've definitely not been in the Melrose half for a long time, and as you know, if you've not got the ball in sevens, it's a very, very difficult game to play.
Yeah, but it's a break from the back here, and just are we almost speaking too soon, because Jed are going to break down the field, and it's Lewis Young, and he's going to go underneath the sticks just from the scrum. He's able to snaffle on that loose ball. I think there's a little bit of maybe unsportsmanship there to try and slow down the play. He's going to take the conversion quickly, go over the sticks, and that might be a little bit of commentator's curse there, because it's now 19 points to 12. And the extras were added there. A really, really good opportunistic try there from Lewis Young, and it's game on again.
Yeah, it's certainly game on. That's how quick it can turn in sevens. Definitely a commentator's curse. Excellent kick-off.
That's borderline, I think, and the referee has brought that back for a free kick. And At this time in the game, if the scoreboard at the end of the Mansfield Park is anything to go by, it's showing a lot of zeros there. So I wonder what Melrose are going to be doing here. They'll be asking the referee what's going on. A little quick tap, kick it into the stand, and it's full time here. And Melrose, a tight final, goes down to the wire. Jed almost snatched victory, but it is Melrose who win 19 points to 12. And Graham, it was a tight affair last time in 2019, 17 points to 10. 7 points is the difference. This time Melrose come out on top, and you would say over the course of the tournament perhaps the team who looked the best throughout the whole duration.
Collectively as a team, I think they definitely deserve it today.
When you see Jed and Melrose in the final, you know it's got to be competitive, and it is just going to be those slight mistakes that, you know, whoever can take advantage of, and just that final kind of restart from Don Buckley, not quite edging over that 10-metre line. You know, it's fine margins in sevens. 19
points to 12, they beat Jed here, and it is only the 5th time that they have won the Hawick Sevens, but they are the champions of the Hawick Sevens in 2021, defeating Jed 19 points to 12. A very tight final there, David, but obviously came out on top of it against a very difficult Jed team.
No, absolutely. I think what carried us through was the grit and determination for the boys shown straight from the off days. Obviously it's a tough day, playing full 3-4 ties, having to dig deep for the final, and the boys did just that.
One of your players, Kieran Clark, picking up player of the tournament. Always had a good final, but throughout the tournament he was exceptional, scoring a lot of tries and doing a lot of, you know, hard running off the ball as well.
Oh, absolutely, Kieran's an outstanding player. He's got that real spark, and he's got to have a long career in front of him. But he's not the only one. I mean, to have such a young and in-depth squad, it's really good to see these young guys shining through.
We've had a great time here at Hawick, and we hope you've enjoyed the coverage. Next week we're at the Gala Sevens, which is part of the Marooned at Gala Festival, and I hope you can join us there. But for now, from me and the team, cheerio.